The log is off.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Very good. Very good.
So this is Hell Week, basically. Our first Hell Week. Well, my first Hell Week. So this is a beer that I've picked specifically on the basis that I didn't think I would like it. And as we go on, we'll see various reasons for that. Could be taste, could be cannot. Now, this one's interesting. And I'll tell you why I picked it when we get around to it.
Well, shall we go straight in?
Let's go straight in.
I'll let you do the introduction.
So this week, for our very first Hell Week, I have got Imperial Iron Brew by Vault City.
Strength.
Oh yeah, sorry, 8.4%. So it's basically, this is why I picked this, right? Because I had something recently, that the ginger beer, that was the first sort of navigation away from sort of standard beers. This is pop, isn't it?
Right, so I've had the non-imperial version of this already.
Right.
And I won't say any more, but I've had the non-imperial version.
What makes it imperial?
The strength. Because it's 8.4. I think the normal one was like 5% or something like that. So, right. Here we go.
Oh, I will say this though. I do like Iron Brew.
So actually, we haven't done a review. So shall we just have a little bit of a critique here? So, Vault City Imperial Iron Brew, 8.4% export strength. It comes in a bottle, which is unusual, and it comes in an unshaped bottle as well, which is even more unusual, which is nice, I think. But what about that can art? Oh, bottle
It's
art.
nice. I quite like it for just a bottle label. It's got everything
it's
you
pretty
expect.
simple, isn't it? It's all right.
Yeah.
Only 2 on the sour scale, so it shouldn't be very sour. So I bet this is more like pop than you think.
Is this a sour?
This is a sour, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
In Vault City only really do sours. But not only, but that's what they're known for.
So it's his product of Scotland as well, which I was quite interested in.
Yes, that's because they're in Edinburgh.
Oh.
Yours looks a lot darker than mine. Oh no,
That's just
maybe
the
not.
lighting.
It might have just been the way it was, yeah. This is good though. This has got our Imperial Iron Brew is bound to get a Scottish person's blood pumping harder than an English restaurant refusing their banknotes.
That's a good joke, isn't it?
All right. Pours out lovely.
It just smells exactly like Iron Brew.
Does, yeah. Yeah. So I think Vault City are consistently one of the best brews going.
Can I just say something though? The reason I chose this because it's pop, and if this tastes like pop, I'm probably gonna score it differently there.
Well, I mean, it's still brewed like a beer.
Yeah, but
Still
it's
got the
popping it.
natural ingredients of a beer. Hops.
What is Iron Brew flavour?
Isn't it like fruit Iron Brew? Made in Scotland from Gordons.
God, that's. I used to think it was rust.
What,
Like rust
Iron Brew?
flavour.
No,
I thought it
it's
was
like-
always meant to taste like rust.
No, I suppose, yeah. But it's like fruit, isn't it? If you look at the
is it?
ingredients,
Yeah.
literally the ingredients are water, malted barley, oats, hops, and yeast.
Is it not a sacred recipe that they don't share, Iron Brew?
I don't think you're allowed to do
Oh,
that.
actually, do you know what? Now that's died down a bit. It doesn't smell of Iron Brew.
Hang on, let me... I'm getting the whole bottle in the glass because I want to have a big quaff of this. Right, here we go. Have you tasted it yet?
No.
Oh,
Waiting
look
for
at
you.
mine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Whoa. Oh.
Well, it's not pop.
It's not pot. That is so weird because it doesn't. When you first pour it, it's like that's Iron Brew. But when it settles and you drink it,
it's got a real taste, though.
It's like a real tang. It's like, do you know what it's a bit like?
Is it like a sour?
You know, no, you know, like the fresher bars where they've got when you get to the sherbet
the cup,
in the middle.
Yeah, and
it's
you
like
go, yeah. Huh? Well, that's good. That's good. So, what have we been on the cards with this week? So I think we'll come back to this because I think we need to. I need to revisit it. Because bearing in mind this is Hell Week, we need to have a decent critique on this bugger.
Okay. Oh, God, I've got heartburn now.
Yeah, sometimes sours can go a little bit like that, I think. I might feel all right, though. That's not too bad. So I'm going to. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I'm going to dive into something here. We had a conversation the other day, and we were talking about how you keep tabs on your son. Am I okay to talk about this?
But I guess my thing is right. Well, I'll let you finish. Go on then.
So Dan dropped into the conversation that he has an app to monitor where his nearly 17-year-old son is at all times. And I said, what kind of knobhead are you? Because I thought that was just the most overbearing parent thing to do ever.
It's a location device to know where everyone is.
Wait, I have not finished.
Okay.
The next part of this is you watch it multiple times a day. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. The next part of that is, after looking at where he might be, you also ring him up and say, where are you? Just so you know if he's lying to you or not.
Right.
Not finished. So I thought this was incredible. I mean, who do you not want to know where you are when you're nearly 17? That's right, your parents. Imagine if they're watching you it's like that song, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Sorry about the singing.
Pick a key.
So I thought this was terrible, Lord. And I said this to Dan. I said, this is crazy. And then we're talking to someone else. He said, oh, yeah, I've got that for my daughter. She's 21. I mean, this is crazy. This is like, oh my God. I was shocked by it. Absolutely shocked.
So, to be fair, though, there was a little bit of misinformation in there. Fake news. Now Trump's back. Fake news.
I don't think so.
So, the first bit of fake news is I don't check it all of the time. Like, I check it when he's out somewhere that could be perceived as being quite a dangerous place to be.
Is he in his bedroom? Yes, he's in his bedroom.
I don't do that, though, do I? Because I know he's in his bedroom. So if he goes to Newcastle with his friends, or whoever he goes with, then I just know he's got there okay. Where he is. Is
that the same Newcastle as we used to go to underage drinking when we were 16?
Yeah. And I think a lot of this is based on, I need to monitor where he's going based on my behaviour at that age.
But that's what I mean. Could you imagine if you were allowed to get up to some of the things you got up to? You'd be a differently rounded person.
Well, a very rounded person at the minute.
So I don't think that's misinformation because you said to me you check it every 10 minutes when he's out. Because
I'm worried.
Every 10 minutes? I can have a fart that lasts longer than 10 minutes.
Danger's around every corner, mate.
So I'd like to throw it over there.
You don't understand today's environment. There's youths out there with zombie knives.
There's always been youths out there with zombie knives.
Anyway, I mean, I've took some of your comments on board. I'm still going to keep the app. I'll just not check it as often.
Only every 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get his step count or something like that. So,
Things are different from when we were kids.
yeah, you've got some fucking overbearing parent with a mobile phone knowing exactly where you are. That's what's different.
Was that your phone, Big?
Yes, it was. I was just checking where my wife was.
No, that's the thing, though. I tried to sell this as a family thing, right? So everyone could see where everyone was. So if someone was out, they'd know who was in the house and where people were. But the first thing Sarah did was switch our location off, so I can't use, so no one sees her.
I'd be the same.
It's a good idea, though. Knowing where everyone is, if you want to look.
I'm.
Do you think it's
Not
a
having
Black
it.
Mirror?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think I'm very surprised that you're a parent that would feel the need to do that as well. I think that's what shocked us more. I always thought you were quite cool and laid back.
Well, I am.
Evidently not.
Well, you can still be cool and laid back and have tracking apps on your kids.
You got the irony of that sentence, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I heard myself.
And it's almost like stalking.
I don't think you could stalk your own children. Can you?
I don't know, but probably not. No, maybe not.
And also, here's a point. I pay for his phone. I pay for the contract for his phone.
That was the excuse of the other person that we were talking to. So you can't use that and claim it as your own.
Yeah. Also, if his phone ever went missing, it would be a good way of finding out where it was.
What, like Find My Phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's on anyway.
Okay. Point taken. I'll try and relax on the old
Take it
stalking
off.
of me
Why
children.
did you delete it?
Ooh. I'll
If you're out there,
I'll take it off the home screen. How's that?
if you're out there listening, son,
He doesn't listen to this.
I'm doing
I'm
you
a
a
knob.
favour. An overbearing knob who wants us to on their stalker apps. Yeah, it was weird. Anyway, so I'm sorry to tell you that, but yeah, you are weird.
Well, if anyone else thinks I'm weird or thinks it's a standard parenting thing these days, let us know in the comments.
We've got nearly reached a milestone on our followers on Instagram, which is nice. So we can.
Oh, we might have already done it, actually.
Have we?
Should I check?
No, because we don't want to give away our number because when we monetize it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for everyone who followed, the extra people who followed. That was much appreciated.
Yeah, cheers.
Where are we now then? How is this going down still? Are you still? I'm sort of gently supping it.
It's all right. I think it tastes more like sweets than anything else.
If you think about it, though,
It's definitely beer, though.
it's hard to get that much alcohol into something that's like this, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, I would have thought so. Are you checking on where your son is? Is he upstairs?
Yeah.
Downstairs.
He hasn't moved. Oh, mate, have you seen... so I saw this recently, and it shocked us a little bit. You know what? Peter Kay's doing a tour again.
Yeah, I had seen
Have
that,
you seen him recently?
Oh, he's weight loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like really thin, isn't he?
He's lost loads of weight, but I think sometimes when you haven't seen that sort of... Because he's been out of the public eye for a bit, hasn't he? Like quite a few years. But I think when you haven't seen that person for a while, and then they turn up and they're thinner and older, it almost looks like they've been reanimated from death. Because they don't look like they used to, and it's like quite a shock, isn't it?
Didn't Peter Kay have like a rumour that he had something quite seriously wrong with him?
I think so, yeah.
And that was why he lost loads.
Yeah, but no, nothing ever came out, did it?
Is he funny, Peter Kay?
I mean, it's subjective, isn't it? I think he used to be.
It was funny for the first 3 times that he did it, wasn't he?
And Phoenix Nights was brilliant.
Phoenix Nights is one of the not the best thing he ever did was this Peter Kay thing, which is where quite a lot of the characters came from. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was really good.
I've got one for you as well. So, were you reading in the news? Have you seen the news that Paul McCartney's been reunited with his stolen bass guitar from 1968 or whatever it is?
Has he? He's like half the bass thing.
Yeah, so you lost the original one. That was Nick, the original one. And someone has found it in their loft.
Do you not think they found it in the loft?
But they've given it back to him after all these years. So they've actually given the Hofner bass back to him, the original one. But anyway, that's not my point. I'm not bothered about that. My point is, where are you on Paul McCartney?
Probably my favourite Beatle in terms of the songs he wrote. I really liked some of his solo stuff and Wing stuff. However, he's a bit of a bell end, isn't he?
Well, that's where I was going with that. I thought you might think that. I really like him.
Who's that? Is that Michael Jackson? Why are you doing Michael Jackson?
I really like him. And I do think he's a bit of a bell end, but I think he's only a bell end in like a 80s aging rock star way.
But the biggest bell end in the Beatles, it was without a shadow of a doubt Ringo.
No, the biggest bell end in the Beatles was John Lennon.
Do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's been dead 45 years.
Well, got what was coming to him. No, cut that out. Cut that out. No, he was the biggest bell end. By a mile.
Yeah.
He was terrible to Yoko. I know she was a bell end as well, but...
Yeah. What was he thinking, though, letting her be in the band?
Paul McCartney, for me, I think he's an absolute musical genius. And I think that's not just because of the songs he writes, the way he writes them. I think it's the way he can actually play all these instruments, how he can write different things on those instruments, how he can harmonise. I think he's just brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I said, he's my favourite songwriting Beatle.
Yeah. But I knew there was an edge to it because I tried to get some tickets for his O2 concert, but they were just ridiculously expensive. They were like 500 quid a pop.
I don't understand what's happened to gig prices. Like, I'm not paying 500 quid to see anyone.
Yeah.
I've seen Paul McCartney live, by the way.
Have you?
Yeah. I saw him at Live 8. Remember when they did the Live 8 in 2008? He did that.
That would have been on my bucket list, I think, actually. So I might have missed that one because I don't think there's two again.
Yeah. Pink Floyd were on that as well. That's £1,000 worth of gigs.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why this bass should have been returned to Paul McCartney though, like 50 years later. So I'm calling out Uncle Knobhead nicked that bass in the 60s and has it ever since.
Do you think he's died or something? And they've gone in his loft and like.
No, I think he's always had it, and they've died. And now they've thought, oh, do you know what? If we give this back, we might get like he took them on a VIP trip and stuff like that.
Did he?
Yeah, as a thank you.
Because you're not selling that on eBay, are you? Like
no.
Paul McCartney's original Hofner bass, £4 million.
I bet it would be worth something like that as well. I bet it'd be worth millions of pounds. That.
But the thing with stuff like that, you've got to certify it's real and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If it's been nicked, you've got no chance.
And he's not
where was it? Where was it nicked from?
I think it was in like Germany.
Oh, was it?
When they used to tour in Germany.
Yeah.
But But again, if someone nicked all that equipment, they wouldn't have ever known it was a Beatles stuff, would they?
Well,
So
if they went to the Beatles gig and nicked it, aye.
Yeah, no, but you wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have been famous then, so it might have just gone around the houses for years and years and like ended up with someone.
Do you think it's a bit like they've done something and then realised like the next day, shit, I can't do anything with this now. So like, when you were pissed as a student, you'd take traffic cones home and like signs and stuff like that. You're like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, why did I even do that? Why? We got a load of stuff coming up. We're talking about the beers. I'm starting to go back to beer. This has been a very beer heavy podcast, this one. I was looking at some of the cans that you've got and that you've purchased, and I'm sort of a bit confused because I think some of the ones you've picked for heaven are actually some of the ones you picked for hell are actually some of the ones I'd pick for heaven.
There's one in particular, I'll not name it to spoil it, but I'm just like, that I think if out of everything we've ever done, that's the one where I'm going.
Is that
could fuck this up.
Is that the bullshit taste?
Yeah, that's the bullshit one, yeah. No, but there is one. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's one where it's like, oh.
So last week with the heaven, that went really well actually. The heaven was quite nice.
It was really nice, yeah.
With the hell,
pretty safe though, eh?
With the hell then. So we're back into the hell now. So where are you on this one?
It's all right, huh?
It's so maybe I can. We're a bit early yet, but maybe I can just do a rundown. So we've got Vault City Imperial Iron Brew, export strength 8.4%. I was going to read the little extract again because it made me chuckle. That our Imperial Iron Brew beer is bound to get a Scottish person's blood pumping harder than an English restaurant refusing their banknotes. Something like that. So, the Imperial Iron Brew, lager on or lager off?
Oh. The lager's off. I'll try the Scottish.
You did that in a Scottish accent, but you sounded like an Irish leprechaun.
I can't do it.
Why are you Northern Irish?
I know. Why am I that? Hang on. Okay. The lager's off.
What the fuck?
I can't do it. Mate, this is starting to go into rapping territory, innit? I'll just not do it. The lager's off in a Scottish accent. There you go.
The lager's off.
That's it. The lager's off.
The lager's off. Not
the lager's off.
Not them. The lager's off.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised that was all right because I thought that was just going to be pop.
No,
it wasn't, was it?
When I saw that one, I thought you'd like that one because it isn't pop, but it's got the edge of pop. It's really nice. In fact, I would recommend that one to anyone.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah. Well, I've got a question for you.
Please.
What's your thoughts on board games?
They've got a place.
Do you play them regularly?
No.
And if you were going to play one, would you play like a traditional one? Like I'm talking Monopolies, Cluedos, Guess Who?
No.
What would you play?
We've got a game which is called Blockbuster, which is an old Blockbuster video store with cards in it and a board and a stand which has the Blockbuster thing on. And you have to pick some cards and you have to act it, say one word for it, etc., written in categories. And you've got
Is it like a movie?
Yeah, they're all films in this set. And you get 4 cards and you've got to choose to act one, quote one, give one in one word, something like that. And that's really good. But it's a party game though, rather than a board game, I'd say.
Because I was speaking to a friend of mine recently, and they've got like board games now. Like, there's so many new ones, and they're all like quite complex. And like, you can spend 4 or 5 hours playing these strategic board games now. Like,
I don't think that plays to my ADHD, to be honest.
Does it not? Would you play a Guess Who? I love a Guess Who.
Yeah, I like to Guess Who. Do you know what
There's a bit of hat.
I was, yeah. I remember. So even some of that was, politically incorrect because you used to say, "Does he have a big nose or a small nose? Is he yellow or is he brown?" That was what it was.
Is it a man or a woman? It's fucking confusing now.
Well, not if you're Donald Trump.
Well, yeah.
Not if you're an American. That's very simple
mate,
now.
I know we're trying to avoid politics, but it's a hot topic. What's your thoughts on Trump?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Okay. Okay, there's another question. What's your thoughts on Elon Musk getting involved with everything?
I'm going to plead the fifth. No, I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk, and I quite liked him.
He's weird, though. Eh?
However, I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast with Mark Zuckerberg, and I liked him even more than Elon Musk.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised myself.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was really, really intelligent guy, really in tune.
No, I mean, there's no arguing that. I think, but
no, he was top notch. He spoke really well. It went a bit off topic. With
one of the things that I'm not going to say I like or dislike, but it's interesting that Trump signed off all these like files and stuff, hasn't he?
Oh, to be
classified files. Yeah. Like what happened to JFK. There's loads of other stuff on like Martin Luther King and stuff like that he's released, which I thought was quite weird.
Have the moon landings come out yet?
No.
That'd be an interesting one. We can put your theory to the test then, can't we?
Can you imagine if I'm right?
It'd be brilliant. I like the theory actually. I think it's a decent theory as far as they go.
So just repeat what it is. That the Americans did land on the moon, but that recording is faked.
Because they couldn't have forgot to record it when they were there.
Well, yeah. So to prove they've landed on the moon, they had to record it, didn't they? But they didn't want to risk the fact of getting recording equipment and stuff. But anyway, that's my theory.
So where do you stand on board games then?
What, like Twister?
Is Twister a board game?
I think it is. It's shit though, isn't it?
It's impossible.
I don't understand like Twister and stuff like that. That's.
I did used to like a game of Monopoly, but I bet it's been 20 years since I played Monopoly.
Yeah. Monopoly. The problem with Monopoly is it's when does it end?
I don't mind. Well, it ends when everyone's bankrupt and there's one player left.
That could take hours.
Yeah, days, weeks.
Yeah.
And I do quite like Trivial Pursuit as well.
But what tends to happen with Trivial Pursuit is it only comes out at Christmas or something, and then so that's fine until you get 20 years down the line. And you're asking questions.
And it's out of date. Yeah. And stuff that was really, really new then is really
like topical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a 1986 edition, Genius edition, and it's like, and some of the questions are just so vulgarly hard.
Yeah.
You'd never know anyway.
It did used to be like the thing that was like the clever person's game, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you got a piece of cheese.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, a wedge of cheese.
A wedge, I would say.
Always thinking about food. Right, on that note, thank you for my heavenly experience today. I'll thank you for my hellish experience today. It turned out to be a heavenly experience anyway.
Yeah. I've got real bad heartburn now.
Yeah, that's the sour. You'll have to have a Rennie.
I suppose that is hellish, isn't it?
Welcome to the world of sour beer drinking. Right. Next week we're back on Heaven.
Yes.
And we're going to alternate the weeks for the next foreseeable future until we are out of our stock.
Yeah, and then we'll try to think of somewhere else.
The log is off.